don't get what I want, I get what I need. Every single day I'm heading off to my dream, and I get everything that I damn well please. I don't give a damn if you all listening to me, cause I run it. I'm the only one that really want it, I'm the only one that's really on it. I'm just being honest, I'm just doing everything I promise, cause I want it bad enough that I'ma make it as an artist. And I know I'm not the smartest, and I know I'm not the largest, but I promise you that I'ma be the one that worked the hardest. Cause I promise you that I'm just getting started, and I promise you that my skills are getting sharper. So I'ma get charted, can't be guarded. Nah, I'm the one to get retarded, get the party started.
Hey guys, I'm working the part. It's like, we're really doing this again. You guys know that 58.9% of you aren't subscribed. Like, what's going on? It's so easy. And look, here's a clip right now if you don't believe me. Anyway, there's going to be a clip the entire part probably. But anyway, you guys are going to have 5 seconds to like, subscribe, and comment down below, done it. If you comment down below, like, subscribe in that 5 seconds, or you have bad luck for the rest of your life. Other than that, I hope you guys do enjoy the video, and yeah, let's get into it. Hey guys, and welcome to part 3 of What If Naruto was born with Master Ultra Instinct. I know I disappeared for a bit on this Whatif, but I'm back now, I could get over it. Anyway, yeah, other than that, let's just get into this. Like goal is going to be 45 likes for the next part, actually 50, why not? And yeah, let's jump into this. Last time we left off was in an interesting place. Naruto killed Zabuza Haku. He helped Sakura and Sasuke train, and with his training being far more efficient than Kakashi's, they learnt it a lot earlier. Kakashi told Naruto about the training exams, which I didn't bring up in the last Whatif, which will happen in this part. And then Naruto went into his mind and trained with the Grand Priest and got Kaioken. He pushed it to 1,000, and when he pushed that, a new emotion he's never really felt before overwhelmed him. It was rage. And the Grand Priest felt the spike of power in Naruto and told him to push it. And he pushed it, and his hair went into its Super Saiyan-like stance, but the colour was still silver. And the insane power flowed over nothing. The Grand Priest only thought of one thing: ascended Ultra Instinct. But actually, since I'm not going to call it Ascended, I'm just going to call it Ultra Instinct 2. But yeah, Naruto soon broke out of that form and got sucked out of his mind. Anyway, let's jump into this. A small time skip to where Naruto and that get back into Konoha, and they told about the tuning exams, etc. And Naruto's walking along and he sees two guys, one with a fan on her back and one with a puppet, it looks like, picking on a kid. He recognises this kid as the third Hokage's grandson and runs over. And when one of the guys launches a puppet at Konohamaru, Naruto absolutely shatters it. Konohamaru's enraged. Naruto just shattered his puppet. And when he goes to attack Naruto, he can just feel bloodlust. Ever since Naruto was overrun with rage, he's slowly gained abilities. Bloodlust is one of them. And I forgot the guy's name, sorry. The one with all pinks, purple stuff on his face. He recognises it as Gaara's bloodlust. Naruto sees Gaara in the tree and says, "You should maybe control your little..." What are they? "Your little slaves who do your dirty work for you." Gaara gets a bit annoyed at this, and he attempts, and inside his mind, without him knowing, Shigaki tries to scare Naruto, but Kurama easily overpowers his bloodlust, using some of Naruto as his own, scaring Shigaki away. Gaara can feel this disturbance inside him and is wondering what Naruto is. Anyway, it all goes the same until we get to our first fight. Instead of it being Gaara versus Hinata versus Neji, that still goes the same, everything goes the same, and then we get to where it should be Gaara versus Lee. Instead of that, it's it's Naruto versus Lee. And the fight against Sasuke goes first, but Sasuke loses, but Lee doesn't get crushed, he gets knocked out, so the fight gets stopped. But he did damage Gaara quite a bit. Anyway, we go to Lee and Naruto, the fight begins. The Taijutsu seems to be equally matched because Naruto's holding back, and Lee's impressed. He thought Naruto would be more than Jutsu, but he seems he specialises in Taijutsu as well. Lee smiled and said this should be fun. He starts increasing his speed, thinking he'll catch up to Naruto, or outpass Naruto, but Naruto is easily keeping up with a smile on his face. Lee jumps back, and he's like, "Huh, you're faster when you're not faster." Naruto disappears in a flash shockingly, and he bounces around. Lee's like, "You're so fast." And he looks at Guy, and Guy nods. Lee knows this is the only way without going to the gates. He takes off his weight, which surprises Naruto, and they start going at it. Lee's impressed with the speed of Naruto, and is also his strength. Lee jumps back and says, "First gate, open!" Naruto's impressed and says, "So, that's what it's like." Naruto says, "Kaioken times 1. And the red aura appears. Everyone thinks, "The 8th gate of death? No way!" And Guy yells, "What the hell?" And Deku says, "Oh, this is my version of the 8 gates, Kaioken." Naruto does his research. And he says, This takes the raw power of the 8th gate without using any death, but it's lowered down into levels. So it should be a match with his first gate, I guess. Let's see which is superior. My Kaioken, which I invented. As Minato can never use Kaioken, sorry. And so it's a big shock. And they got it. Lee's shocked at the boost that Naruto has. It seems to be faster than his first gate. He wonders how high Naruto can go. Naruto jumps back a bit while they're fighting. He says, "Hey, your name is Lee, right? How high can you go in gates?" And I'm saying in this version, Lee can go up to the 6th gate. And Naruto says, "Fine then. I'll only use the 6th gate of my Kaioken times 6. And if you can get me to push past that, you're a worthy taijutsu fighter." And Lee smiles and says, "Still." He skips the 2nd gate, goes to Kaioken, and he goes to the 3rd gate. He starts blitzing around Naruto. Naruto's managing to keep up with like reflexes, but he's not as fast as Lee. At least without using his Ultra Instinct full power. And Lee's impressed at Naruto's reflexes. And Naruto goes, "Kaioken times 3, and disappears in a flash, and he hits Lee hard in the stomach, sending him flying into the wall. Lee coughs up a bit of blood. The punch was so hard. It really is like the 8 gates, maybe even superior. And Lee tries blitzing Naruto again using full speed, but Naruto catches the punch and dislocates Lee's arm. And then he says, "Sorry, I went a bit far and relocates it." Lee's in a bit of pain and shock, and he shakes his arm out using it again. He says, 4th gate, open." And Naruto's actually keeping up with the 4th gate in his times 3 Kaioken. Lee's shocked at this, but their strength seem to be equal. Then Naruto laughs and says, "This is fun. Kaioken times 4. Power explodes off Naruto, and he starts blitzing Lee again, hitting her around the arena. My guy's shocked at the power that Naruto possesses. It has technically invented himself. And then Lee says, "I can't waste any time anymore. If I don't use it now, it won't be as effective." He yells 6th gate open. And he blitzes Naruto, kicking him hard in the stomach, sending him into a wall. Naruto's like, "Impressive." And before he goes into his times 6 Kaioken, Lee's already in front of him, beating him down. Naruto snaps quickly. Like, not anger snaps, he just gets a bit fed up. And releases some of his Ultra Instinct Ki, blowing Lee away, increasing Naruto's strength for a second. And as Lee dives back, Naruto's punch is so powerful, it shocks Lee. Girl's like, "What was that?" The red aura went to a whitish blue. And Naruto quickly fades back the Kaioken. He says, I'm sorry, that was my pure true power." And he was like, "Amazing. What was that?" Naruto says, "That was just my base power. That was my pure base power. This is just a way of enhancing it. I'm holding it back a lot though." He says, "What?" Naruto powers down to Kaioken times 1 and releases a bit of Ultra Instinct Ki. He's now on par with Lee in his 6th gate. Naruto says, "Kaioken enhances my energy, and I was just using base energy. I have a special energy I'm born with, and that's far superior. I was just enhancing my base energy though. And now this is me enhancing the smallest amount of my special energy, and I'm on much with you." Lee doesn't believe it. That's when Naruto blitzes him, and Naruto corrects himself and says, "No, I'm stronger than you." That guy's shocked, and he's really starting to notice something. Where the 8 gates take strain on your body, Naruto's technique doesn't, and he's impressed. And Lee says, "Okay." Naruto goes back to using his base ki, and he goes to Kaioken times 6, matching the power he just used. Lee's impressed and says, "I need to get you past that, huh?" "Oh, yes, I need to go all out." He starts using taijutsu, Hidden Lotus, Leaf Hurricane. And Naruto starts laughing. He jumps back and launches a fireball, which is insanely powerful, and Lee barely dodges. He's like, you can use ninjutsu too, I thought you focused on taijutsu, that's all you could use. Naruto laughs and says no, and appears behind Lee with her Sengun, and it barely misses. But it still scratches Lee a bit to the side, it's sending him flying. And Naruto says, impressive. Lee looks to Might Guy and says, I'm sorry. Might Guy says, no Lee, you haven't mastered that yet. And he goes, 7th gate, open. You can hear the bones of Lee cracking. Naruto's impressed with the power, it's far more of it enhanced than 6. And Lee blitzes Naruto with hard hits. Naruto's impressed and he says, Kagekan times 7. And Lee's just blown away. He thought he would be able to fight back. But no, Naruto's just pummeling him now. He said, you broke past the limit, Lee. You are worthy. And then he says, you know what? I'll show you why I'm superior to you, though. Naruto yells, Kaioken times 10. Guy's shocked. His limit isn't 8. The power of Naruto shocking. Kakashi's shocked. Everyone's shocked. And just the pure essence with Lee's weakened state makes him pass out. And Naruto deactivates his form. Might Guy rushes down, and what Naruto didn't expect, he expected to be attacked. Might Guy appears on his knees. He says, I heard that you can heal people, please heal Lee, and also teach us that technique. Naruto thinks to himself and says, sure, why not? This will be interesting to see if normal mortals like themselves can use ki. And he heals Lee completely, of course, as he can do that. We've seen him do it as before, and even if I didn't say you could do it before, I said it now, so deal with it. And Lee gets that impressed, and he says to Might Guy, as the Grand Priest explained, the Archangel Michael explained to him, or Grand Priest Michael, I'm just going to say, I can't keep him getting confused. He says, well, I'm special, this technique doesn't have strain on my body, but for normal people like yourself it will. But it'll be less strain than the 8 gates and have more of a power boost. And Guy says, I understand, please. So Naruto, they get a week off, remember, instead of training like before, he trains them to see if mortal could use ki. And he realises that he needs to be awakening them first, and even then they have a small amount than most people. They need to train. He awakens Might Guy and Lee's ki, and they feel the energy. Lee's like, so this is chakra, and Naruto says, no, that's ki. And they're all like, oh. And then he explains it, and on the last day, Guy and Lee go into Kaioken times 1, they feel the insane power, but then they feel the slight strain. It's less than the first gate, and it has more of a power boost, and they're impressed with it. And they asked how far can it go up to. Naruto says, for your bodies, probably times 10. For me, I don't really have a limit. And they're all impressed, and it's like, times 10, we could be even stronger than before. And Might Guy says, I could beat Kakashi, and I don't even have to die doing it. Anyway guys, I hope you did enjoy. If you did, make sure you share it with friends, family, subscribe, get me to 10k before September. And yeah, other than that guys, peace out, love you, bye.